From the Brickyard to the house that Rockne built, sports have helped define the Hoosier State and the nation for generations. But the state's athletic history is way more than its biggest names. ABC 57's Talia Baia takes us through the last 250 years of sports culture in the Hoosier State.
That's right. Indiana sports didn't start with the Indy 500 or even Notre Dame football. It started thousands of years ago. It developed from Native Americans playing games to women breaking the barrier on the baseball diamond. It's a bigger story than just one team or one town.
Kepwa gets the checkered flag.
From the crossroads of America to the silver screen, the games, races, and other sporting events held right here in the Hoosier State all serve to inspire and define the very way we see ourselves. None more recognizable than the high-octane races found only at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Everyone in the grandstands are on their feet. Can he make it? Can he make it? 2.5 more miles.
You can't go to Monza, you can't go to any F1 without somebody talking about Indianapolis 500, and it's the pinnacle of automobile racing.
The Brickyard opened in 1909, not with cars, but with hot air balloon races. The first Indy 500 followed in 1911 with an estimated crowd of 85,000 people.
The sheer size of the track, the sheer scale of the event is such that it can bring in hundreds of thousands of people into its orbit, and it wants to bring hundreds of thousands of people in to have them be spectators and part of the action.
Built up by men connected to the growing auto industry, including South Bend's own Studebaker, a place to test cars, sell innovation, and create a spectacle.
They had this farmland in a little podunk center suburban town called Speedway eventually. Had acres, 300 acres of land, and said, you know, we ought to make some kind of test track out here where we could get maybe automobile races in here.
The self-proclaimed racing capital of the world, defining the careers of racing legends for well over a century and putting the Hoosier State on the global stage.
Mario Andretti experiences that once-in-a-lifetime great moment, the removal of the rookie stripes from the tail of his car.
I've been dreaming about coming to this place since I was 13 years old back in Italy. That's when I started racing.
While the crowds quite literally raced to the Hoosier State, events overseas sparked a change in how Americans came to enjoy their pastime. During World War II, in the fear that baseball would disappear after men were deployed to war, Philip Wrigley was determined to keep the sport alive, and the city of South Bend became a central part of a different kind of sports revolution.
Philip Wrigley, owner of the Chicago Cubs, looked around and thought, oh my gosh, we're going to lose baseball. So he looked around and he thought, who else have we got who can play? Women.
They were called the South Bend Blue Sox, playing from 1943 to 1954. The players were marketed in skirts and makeup, no sliding pants, even as they took the same hard hits as the men.
They're still sliding into bases, but they are doing so skin into the dirt and getting massive bruises and welts known as strawberries.
The Blue Sox joining a rich history of baseball teams that would come to call the Hoosier State home. One such team, the Foundry Giants, an all-black team made up of workers at the Studebaker Foundry in South Bend, who would go on to join the Studebaker Industrial League in the 1920s.
You evolved into then a lot of these big factories like Oliver and Studebaker and Bendix. Their employees started their own team, and the company would sponsor the team. Uniforms, that sort of thing, and they would travel around United States, Midwest, and play other factory teams from other places. It was a big deal.
A legacy now immortalized at Foundry Field, a free to the public baseball diamond in the city's southeast neighborhood, honoring the Giants in a legendary era of baseball history. While many of these local teams are lost to time, it marked the start of South Bend baseball evolving with the city. The current South Bend Cubs franchise arrived as the South Bend White Sox in 1988, then becoming the Silverhawks before landing the official Cubs name in 2010, becoming a prominent stop on the road to the majors. And now just up the road, some say it was Notre Dame football that made South Bend a household name. The Irish played their first game against Michigan in 1887, before Indiana was even a century old. Under Knute Rockne, Notre Dame built a national following.
Rockne would take his team anywhere for whatever amount of time to build the game and build the prominence of Notre Dame as a brand, and that was unthinkable.
The Four Horsemen, the 11 program titles, and 7 Heisman Trophy winners made South Bend part of American sports mythology. But in a place so often associated with football, Notre Dame women's basketball created its own dynasty. Muffet McGraw created a legacy, coaching 33 seasons.
Certainly we look at Muffet McGraw as being, kind of the architect of that program, but it's sustained by players who believe in what the program has been and what it can be.
McGraw clinched 2 national championships, 9 Final Four appearances, 936 career victories. But to understand why basketball means so much in the Hoosier State, you can't not mention the Hoosiers themselves.
It's good. He's fouled. Henderson on the alley-oop.
While Hoosier hysteria may not be a recognized medical diagnosis, every Hoosier knows what it means: a love for basketball. Indiana's passion for hoops can be traced back to the inventor of basketball himself, Dr. James Naismith, who, after visiting a high school basketball tournament in the Hoosier State in 1925, wrote while he invented the game in Massachusetts, the true origin of basketball is in Indiana. Over the decades, the Indiana University Hoosiers have captured the attention of the nation, having won 5 NCAA men's basketball national championships. Under legendary coach Bob Knight's tenure, IU won 3 of those titles. And more than 5 decades later, that team remains the last team to go on an undefeated national championship run in Division I men's basketball.
We played the best basketball that we played at any time during the course of the season. The team that I thought in every respect was deserving of the title national champion.
From the candy-striped pants to packed nights at Assembly Hall, IU helped make basketball part of Indiana's identity. And that is the story of sports in the Hoosier State. Not just one race, one team, or one Saturday in the fall.
If you only know about Indiana in the form of the Indy 500, or you only know about South Bend in the form of Notre Dame, you're missing out on a great story of a great working class community made up of all kinds of different people, and the ways that we interact and blend and become something unique and special.
Indiana sports has quite the resume, yes, but it's way more than wins. It's a brand built on decades of dedication and competition. Reporting from the campus of Notre Dame, Talia, Baia, ABC 57 News.